In this video, I'm going to be looking at the Gemstone Crafter LoRa for Flux Dev, and we're checking this out on civitai.com, so I'll put a link to the page in the description down below so you can go and check it out for yourself. Now, as you can see on here, we've got some great images. You've already seen some up on the screen already while I was speaking. We've got some fantastic looking images from the creator of the LoRa that they've supplied as examples. And as you can see, I mean, I'd argue it's less of a gemstone, more of a sort of faceted, polished, sort of marble type look. But however you describe it, it is pretty amazing looking. It's pretty amazing looking. So what we're going to do, we're going to go through the key details here, just the basics of what you need to understand for this LoRa. And then part two, we're going to jump over to replicate.com, where I'm going to import the LoRa there, and I'm going to generate some images of my own using this LoRa and my own prompts. So let's have a quick look through the details on the right-hand side. I'm just going to pick out things that are appropriate or relevant to sort of general use, but more specifically replicate.com, because that has a limited set of parameters you can change. So I've got base model here, Flux 1D, which is Flux Dev. Okay, there's some other sort of usage tips here, clip skip. We're not going to worry about those at the moment. Trigger words, this is what we need to make sure we put into our prompt. So you can just click to copy that into the clipboard if you so wish. We'll go down the LoRa, just in case you're downloading this and using it locally. It's just over 70 megabytes, which is really small for a LoRa, which is great. So about this version, there's some more information here, and this is what you have to look at. There's information dotted everywhere on these Civit pages. So strength 1.9 to 2 for Civit's online generator, which we're not using. Strength 1 to 1.1 for local generation. So I'm going to treat that as us. So I'm going to stick to strength 1 for replicate, I'm sure. So please upload your images. It helps the creators. Okay, so that's support the creators basically saying as well, which I completely agree with. I've already liked this page, so I'd appreciate it. Or sorry, the creator, I'm sure would appreciate it if you do the same, if you enjoyed the LoRa anyway. So let's just see if there's any other tidbits of information we need to look at here. So the trigger word, the trigger phrase, which we've got up there, is this. So we'll make sure we paste that in. And then an important trigger sentence at the bottom. So the model is made from detailed gemstones. The model is made from detailed gemstones. So it seems like, yeah, that helps being tacked onto the end as well, even though it's not an official trigger phrase. So once again, we'll bear that in mind when we prompt and replicate in a few moments. And let's just go down. Trained on. There's some more information. Sampling steps 30. It's fine. Sampling method. Euler, we can't change that in replicate, so I'm not going to worry about that. 3.5 as the distill scale. Okay, that's fine. So we've got 30 as the steps. CFG or guidance is 3.5. And yeah, there's some high-res fix information here, which again, if it's relevant to you in your local workflow, although that's absolutely fine if you're using like Comfy UI or anything like that. But for us replicate users, we don't have control over that. So I'm going to ignore that. So I'm just going to quickly jump into one of these images and just check out the prompt side metadata that's available so we can understand if there's any more information relating to the prompts. So crafted gems model in the style of C. Okay, so we've got this trigger phrase at the start, featuring Godzilla attacking a McDonald's restaurant. Background is an urban city. The gems used for the scene are colourful, enhancing the depth and richness of the design. The entire model is made from finely detailed polygon gems. So, yeah, as you can see, it's done a really good job of that. That just gives me a little indication. It's very, very straightforward looking prompt. So I think we're ready to jump into replicate and try this out for ourselves. Okay, so I'm replicate.com now, and the LoRa Explorer page, which is where we load external LoRas into replicate.com for Flux Dev. And if you want to know how to get this set up, by the way, there is a little bit of a process, but it's quite simple once you've done it. I'll put a link in the description below, and I'll put a card up on the screen now with the previous video I've done showing you exactly how to get set up in replicate.com Flux for using Civitai LoRAs. Like I said, there's a little bit of a process which I've already taken care of in this video, but once you've done it once, you'll know exactly how to do it. So check that video out. So here we are on the replicate page, and I've already filled in I filled in a prompt just based on their guidance, just a simple prompt, and I've pre-filled in the information. So let's just go down and have a look. I haven't run this yet, which is why there's still a default image there. I've changed the aspect ratio to 4:5 just because that's what I want to try. The other two things we don't care about because they relate to image references, which we're not using. Number of steps 30, which was recommended. The guidance /CFG 3.5, which was what was recommended. And the weight of the LoRa is I've put as 1, which was kind of recommended for non-Civitai generated images. So output quality, I put 90, all pretty standard stuff. So let's just click run. Now, what I want to do here, and this is why I think it's important to go to this stage, is I'm going to run some images now, and then I'm going to remove the link to the LoRa. So we're going to break the link from the Civitai LoRa for this, and then I'm going to rerun the prompt exactly as it is, minus the LoRa, to basically give us a before and after of what the image would look like without the LoRa applied. Because some of these LoRas that I've been playing with, I found that you can get very close results by actually not even using a LoRa sometimes. Wow, that looks incredible, doesn't it? So the prompt was Pikachu playing an electric guitar, and then the rest was all their sort of trigger words and recommended phrases. They are both pretty amazing looking. I'm actually kind of blown away with those. I like the colour of the guitar on the bottom one, but I really like the look of the top one, the image on the top one. So, okay, that is fantastic. I'm going to save both of those. And what I'm going to do now is go down, and in the log section here, at the very bottom, you can see the seed for the generation. So I'm going to copy the seed. I'm going to paste it into our seed section there. And I'm going to remove this string of information here under the HF LoRa, which is basically what links replicate.com to the Civitai LoRa that we're using. And again, this is explained in the video that I've linked in the description if you want to check that out to get set up. And so now what I'm going to do is I'm just going to run everything the same. I'm going to keep exactly the same prompt. I'll tell you what I will take out, though, that in the style of CKLG, because that doesn't relate to, that's a very specific phrase to the LoRa. But a crafted gem. So apart from that, I'm leaving it the same. I'm going to click run, and I'm using the same seed and all the same settings, just without the LoRa. We're going to see what we get. So here we've got like a before and after. On the left-hand side, we've got the prompt without the LoRa applied, and then on the right-hand side, we've got the prompt with the Gemstone LoRa applied. Now, as you can see, there is a notable difference, and I much prefer the images with the LoRa. I think they look fantastic and super striking, so I'd definitely check this one out for yourself.